If your Japanese resume isn't working, it's probably not because you're Japanese. The truth is, most people completely ignore the two things that really matter: strong storytelling and understanding how companies in Japan think. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to write a Japanese resume that can double your chances of getting through the document screening, even at high-paying companies like GAFAM, Big Four, top trading firms, and financial firms. It's a strategy almost no one talked about, but today I'm breaking it down for you. So let's get started. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Kazu. I help foreigners who want to work in Japan. Before I walk you through how to boost your document screening chances, let's quickly go over what you actually need when applying for jobs in Japan. For new graduates, companies usually ask for two things: a 履歴書, Japanese style resume, which includes your education and work history, and an entry sheet, which is unique to Japan. This one's all about your motivation, your self-promotion, and why you want to work at the specific company. If you are applying as a mid-career candidate, it's slightly different. You'll need a 履歴書 again, which is pretty similar to the one for new grads, and a 職務経歴書 or work history document where you detail your past role, responsibilities, and achievement. How well you write these three documents can make or break your chances. So in the next part, I'll show you what companies are really looking for and how to write them to stand out. One quick note, the entry sheet deserves its own video. There are so many traps and mistakes people make there. So I'll save that breakdown for another episode. Alright, so here's the takeaway. If you want to pass the document screening stage in Japan, here's what you need to do. For your 履歴書 Japanese style resume, your goal is simple. Don't get points taken off. Avoid mistakes, typos, or anything that could make recruiters hesitate. For your 職務経歴書 or entry sheet, it's the opposite. This is where you prove that you can actually bring value to the company. Show them how you'll perform in the role. If you build your documents with this mindset, no red flags in the resume, and clear values in the others, you massively increase your chances of getting an interview. Let's break each one down in more detail. Let's start with the Japanese resume, the 履歴書. As someone who's also been on the hiring side, I can tell you this is the very first thing recruiters look at. They check if your basic info meets the minimum requirement for the job. It's kind of like a pass-fail filter. If your resume clears that line, then they read your 職務経歴書 or entry sheet to decide if you seem like someone who could perform well in the role. If yes, you get an interview. Simple as that. That's why your resume should focus on avoiding red flags rather than trying to impress. There are two things you should always check. Number one, is the formatting clean and professional? In my experience, top candidates, whether in Japanese or global firms, are always detail-oriented. So triple check for typos or missing characters, consistent spacing, no half-width full-width issues, clean layout, not too much or too little text. Number two, are you proactively explaining any risky parts of your background? In Japan, some things often raise red flags like taking 3 years off before graduating, big gaps in your job history, short-term jobs you left quickly. But that doesn't mean you're out of luck. You can actually fix this by using the free text section on the resume to explain it clearly. For example, I delayed graduation by 1 year because I was leading a startup project during an internship. I left my previous job after 10 months because I was working over 150 hours of overtime per month, and I needed more time with my family. See, when you provide context, recruiters go, "Oh, okay, that makes sense now." Personally, I might write something like, I left my position because the company changed my compensation package significantly from what was originally promised due to poor financial performance. The key is to show that your situation was understandable, not careless. And this small step alone can seriously boost your chances of getting through. Now that your resume is clean and solid, let's move on to the document that actually gets you the interview, your 職務経歴書. Now, let's talk about how to write a killer work story or 職務経歴書. As I mentioned earlier, this document is where you need to prove you can perform in the role. There are two key strategies here. First, figure out exactly what kind of person the company is looking for and sprinkle those keywords into your resume. Second, write your experience in a way that makes the recruiter naturally say, wow, this person is impressive. So how do you do that? Let's start with step 1. You need to do your homework. Study the job description like crazy. Read every line carefully. Then go to sites like OpenWork, OneCareer, or even Japanese company review forums. Try to uncover what kinds of things they value, what skills they want, what concerns they might have. Then take those keywords and build them into your resume. If a company is hiring an FP&A, financial planning and analysis role, and you see they mention forecasting and budgeting, those words should absolutely show up in your document. Now, maybe you've never worked in FP&A, maybe you've only worked at the front desk of a hotel. That's okay. It's all about how you frame your experience. For example, analyze the customer feedback data to identify operational gaps, propose solutions, and collaborate with other departments to implement process improvements. That sounds analytical. That sounds proactive. That sounds FPA-ish, and it makes a difference. Now, the second big thing, make your career look like it's progressing. You want to show upward movement in title, responsibility, team size, or client scale. Even small things help. For example, managed 10 clients in my first year and expanded to 20 clients by year 3. That creates a sense of growth, and recruiters love that. If you are not sure how to frame your experience, or you want me to review your resume personally, there is a free consultation link in the video description. Check it out. If you've done everything we covered so far, honestly, you are in a great position. Your resume will not be the one they skip. Alright, that's a wrap for today's video on how to create powerful application documents for landing a job in Japan. If you apply everything we talked about, I really believe you can build a resume and work history that stand out, even for top companies. So feel free to rewatch this video anytime when you are updating your documents. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Take care and good luck with your job search. Bye bye.